Alright, it's Matty with Fusaro Fitness, here to talk about the new viral topic that everyone's talking about, and you're probably sick of hearing about this. It's probably been drilled into your head by multiple different people, but everyone is kind of giving a different view on it, so I figured I'd do it Matty style and give you a little presentation on if it fits your macros. So, let's start out simply by talking about what is if it fits your macros, what does this mean, what is it all about. It starts by defining food as clean and healthy versus dirty and unhealthy. So you have your clean foods, your typical bodybuilder type foods, and your dirty, unhealthy foods, your Pop-Tarts, your cookies, your ice cream, all that kind of stuff. So this is where people get confused. Let's first clear some things up. If it fits your macros is not a diet, and it doesn't have regimented protocols. It's not like Atkins, it's not like South Beach, there's not books about it. It's an abbreviation or an acronym that has been floating around the internet on bodybuilding forums. Rather than saying, can I eat this, can I eat that, they just use the term, if it fits your macros. And people are asking, do you believe in it? Do you follow it? It's not like some spiritual thing that you believe in. It's simply flexible dieting. Just fitting certain foods into your macronutrient needs, which I'm going to get into in a few minutes. You gotta see the typical bodybuilding diet. Does your diet throughout the day look like this picture on the screen? Your prepackaged meals of chicken and rice and oatmeal and oats and whey protein and chicken and vegetables and tuna and chicken and then a casein shake right before you go to bed to make sure you stay anabolic. Clean foods. There are a couple problems with defining clean foods. The term clean varies from person to person, so it doesn't even have a specific meaning. Generally, your clean foods are going to look like the picture that I just showed you. People associate them that nutrient-dense foods, minimally processed, whole foods, all natural, stuff like that. Your typical bodybuilder type diet foods. Your proteins are lean, whey protein powder, chicken, fish, turkey, eggs, lean meats, brown rice, sweet potatoes, oatmeal for your carbs, and your healthy fats, nuts, olive oil, peanut butter, whole eggs, avocado, stuff like that. That's in a typical bodybuilding diet. The problem is bodybuilders, usually pre-contest, will avoid fruits and dairy, but then they'll slam a dextrose shake post-workout, which is pretty much empty calories, or whey protein, which is processed twice. So now they're eating processed foods, but they're also avoiding fruits and stuff, so they're not getting in adequate micronutrients most of the time. The problem with this all-or-nothing dieting being so specific is it can lead to stuff such as orthorexia, which is a term coined by Stephen Bratman that's really just a fixation on healthy eating. Dietary perfectionism. You will see results from it, prepackaging your meals, but it will lead to a destructive relationship with your food. You'll start putting labels on food as being healthy, unhealthy, good, bad, evil, etc. It can destruct your social life. It can lead to anxiety, depression, mood disturbances, which sounds a little extreme, but it does happen, believe me. It can damage and harm relationships with a significant other, a family member, or a friend. I have experience with this, believe me. It can also lead to other more serious eating disorders. So that whole all or nothing approach, you should rethink it if that's your view on it. Let's talk about what if it fits your macros is now. Flexible dieting. What you do is you determine your allotted macros for the day. What you can eat in a day, your carbs, proteins, and fats. The majority of these foods, of your macros, are going to come from whole, minimally processed, micronutrient-dense foods. So that's the basis of if it fits your macros. You're still getting these clean foods. You want to focus on taking in sufficient micronutrients, your vegetables, your fruits. You want to get enough water and fiber for the day. That is extremely important. So then you can take a 10 to 20% discretionary calorie amount or intake, which if you look, the USDA even approves this, so it's not something that was just made up. You can hit your macros for the day while hitting your micronutrients, while getting fiber, while getting water, all that, and then you can use some of your leftover calories, 10 to 20% if you choose to, on flexible foods once your essential nutrient needs are met. Protein and fat should not be compromised when fitting these flexible foods into your diet. So if It Fits Your Macros is not just fitting all these crazy foods into your diet. The key is moderation, as I stress all the time. So I want to talk a little bit more about If It Fits Your Macros. Many misconceptions that people are spreading all over the place because they don't understand it is it means you can eat whatever you want whenever you want, which is simply not true, as I just discussed. An excuse to eat junk food, which is not true. It's just being flexible with your diet. And lastly, people who follow If It Fits Your Macros are just lazy. That is not true. If you don't pre-package all your meals, if you don't know exactly what you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, that is not being lazy. That's just having a good, healthy relationship with food. Being flexible, applying moderation, what everyone really should be doing realistically. Ask yourself a couple of questions after you watch this PowerPoint, or right now as you read this. Are you weighing every little thing that you eat? Every piece of onion that you dice, every grain of pepper that you crack, every egg, even though it's in the shell, you're weighing it to be more precise. Do you avoid going out to dinner with family or friends because you feel they're not going to have a meal for you? So you stay away from that and you eat your meal out of your Tupperware at home. What do you do if you do go out and you don't have a meal prepared for you, or you don't have a planned meal with you, or something is not in your food plan and you have nothing around? What do you do then? What are you trying to achieve? You have to ask yourself that. Why are you following these protocols that you do? Is the dieting you're doing relevant to your goals? Are you pre-packaging meals for a specific reason? Are you in contest prep? Are you meticulously weighing every single piece of food just because it's now turned into an unhealthy relationship with food? Or are you getting ready for a show? If you're not getting ready for a show, think about how crazy you may seem when you weigh out everything. And lastly, are you happy and are you enjoying the life you're living, the bodybuilding, the nutrition, and all that? A few things that I think are important to bring up and note. If It Fits Your Macros relates to your body composition, not your health. People are not understanding this. Come on. People who follow If It Fits Your Macros do still eat your bro foods, your clean foods, your Tupperware meals as a majority of their diet, but they allow themselves dietary freedom. When you see Facebook pictures and YouTube videos of Pop-Tarts and ice cream and cookies and people that are still in shape, the reason people post these is because they're more interesting to look at. They're more fun. People would rather see a picture of a Pop-Tart in ice cream than an apple with peanut butter on it, or brown rice and chicken. It's more entertaining. The body does not see foods individually. It sees macro and micronutrients. It doesn't know if you're eating a banana or a cookie. Your body uses food as fuel or energy, which is what calories are in the first place. And it goes against laws of thermodynamics to say that a Pop-Tart will make you fatter than oatmeal, given that the macronutrient content is exactly the same. Obviously it's not, but just as an example. I hope that makes sense. It's just, if it has the same macronutrient content, there's not going to be a difference. So to conclude here, we could just talk about a few things. Stop worrying about what other people out there are doing. Go to the gym for yourself and yourself only. Follow whatever diet and training protocols you want, because you're changing your body, not the person's body that's next to you. Make sure this lifestyle is enhancing your life, not hindering it, not slowing it down, not making you miserable. There is no one specific way to do things. There are many ways to achieve your goals. Bro science, clean eating, packaging Tupperwares, eating every 2 to 3 hours does work. You will get results from it. But if it fits your macros, being flexible, eating certain foods that are considered unhealthy, fitting them into your macronutrients does work. There is no one specific way. Moderation, consistency is key. Again, it's not all or nothing. You can have some dietary freedom. You can have fun while doing this. So with all of that said, there's only one thing left to do. Ask yourself if you're happy with your lifestyle. And don't just ask yourself, really think about it. I hope that video gave a little bit of insight on what If It Fits Your Macros really is. There is too many misconceptions with it. Too many people believe that, again, it's eating whatever the hell you want to eat, whenever you want. And then you have people arguing saying, you're fat, you don't have any results, you eat Pop-Tarts all day, you're never going to see results. None of this is true, and it just sounds incredibly arrogant and just... And I am not one to say that, I eat Pop-Tarts all day. I do the same thing. I prepackage some meals, I cook in bulk, I weigh my food, I do all of that. But I don't let it stop my life. I don't let it ruin relationships. I've made a video before on orthorexia. I'll link it on the screen and I'll link it in the description about how it kind of ruined my life for a little while, and I definitely don't want to see that to happen to anyone else. I'm not trying to get all emotional in this video. I want it to be fun. I want it to be a learning experience. I want to get the word out there about what If It Fits Your Macros is, and I think 95% of the people have no idea what it means or the truth behind it. So hopefully this video does deliver the information. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. I'm sure many of the bros out there are going to hate this video and give me a dislike on it, but it's your decision. Do what you choose. Thank you all for the support. Thank you for sitting through this presentation if you did, and comment down below if you would like to. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Visit the Fusaro Fitness Facebook page and follow me on Twitter at Fusaro Fitness. Once again, thank you all so much for the support, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. That's If It Fits Your Macros.